Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to my YouTube channel. And this video is going to be a thought provoker. This is something I've been thinking about as a way that makes sense to really secure a program. Okay. I want you to imagine for a moment that there are six people, there's three men and three women, and they agree to purchase a piece of property isolated from the rest of the world. They purchase a piece of property in the middle of nowhere. Okay. And what they do is they create an off grid environment that's self sustaining so that they can survive on this property for the rest of their lives, only living off of nature and their resources, whether it's solar power or wind power or whatever, no power, however they choose to live. And these men and women decide to have children. So they each have a child. Now, growing up, they teach the children that everything they need is provided for them. They show them how to live in this off grid environment, and they warn them to never, ever go outside of the border of their property because terrible things will happen to them. And if they get far enough outside, they will meet sure death. They will surely be killed or surely die of some sort of cause, whatever it is. They're terrified. Now, this entire time, the adults, they know the truth. They know about airplanes and helicopters and technology and different clothing, different language, different food. They know about everything that exists outside of the parameters, but they do not share the information with the kids. Now, what happens is over time, the adults are going to die. When this happens, the adults take the knowledge with them. So now what you have is in the middle of nowhere, a self sustained community of three children who only know what they were taught by the adults that are now gone. So these children grow up and they have their own children. Let's say there's more of them for, just easy figures, but they raise their own families and they spread the word and they spread the message that they were warned as kids never to go off of the property line and terrible things would happen. And as they go, they have everything they need in this self-sustainable community. Okay. Now, where this comes into play is let's look at a different perspective. So these people are ignorant to this entire world that exists outside of the borders of their land because they were told that there is either nothing beyond or they could not go beyond the borders of their land. So they don't know about airplanes, they don't know about fast food, they don't know about Coca-Cola, they don't know the language that people use out here. They don't know any of it because they have been confined to this area where they were taught a set of rules by their parents who they trust, and the knowledge was never passed on of all of the various things that exist out here. Okay. We were told that we live on one of these ball, a sphere, and that all of the land on this sphere was discovered, that it's too cold and too nasty to go up here, and it's too cold and too nasty to go down here. And it wouldn't matter anyway because if you go left far enough, you're going to end up on the right. And if you go right far enough, you're going to end up on the left. So you might as well just stay where you are and work, right? So the reason, and that there was a bunch of people that were ignorant hundreds of years ago that believed that the earth was flat. Okay, so then that makes anybody who questions the shape of the earth subject to ridicule. Anyhow, think of the reason why you would be told that the earth is a ball and that every bit of it has been discovered. The reason would be because if people were told that they lived on a flat plane, they would all surely go and try to find the edge because that would be something to see, right? So, the way to conceal the rest of the property and the rest of the environment and the rest of the culture and the technology and everything from us, from a slave class of people, would be to tell them that they're on a ball that's finite. You can only go so many places on a ball, where if it were flat, you would explore until you found edges, right? So that's the why. That's why you're told that you live on a flat, or excuse me, on a sphere Earth, and that Christopher Columbus discovered America, and basically you've seen everything there is to see, and don't worry about any of that other stuff. But if you notice, technology and all kinds of new inventions are kind of somehow just mysteriously, magically discovered. And um, it's possible, anyhow, that what we get is basically the hand-me-down technology from this property and the culture and civilizations that exist beyond where we've explored. Now, I'm not going to get into all the details here because if you want to look up the flat Earth maps and all that, you're welcome to. And this is at this point, this is just me putting a couple pieces of the puzzle together. But here's how it kind of looks: is you were told that you have these properties here, and you're on a ball. And when you look at the way that the the system works in the at least in the flat Earth model, what you'll see is when you're going west or east, what you're actually doing is you're going in a circle. Okay, and all of this is somewhat irrelevant, other than it's here for a reason in your experience. The why of it is that potentially there is something going on out here. Potentially there's all sorts of stuff that we have never seen, never experienced, don't know about. And there's also a fair chance that we in here are providing energy for everything. So anyway, it's just some food for thought, and I kept reverting back to the why of it all. Why would we be told this? Why would this be the case? And setting aside that this looks almost identical to the model of us, right? In the other videos where you know all of the people and whatnot are connected. Um, I think there's some value to this video. Anyway, I just wanted to share it with you. So let me know what you think. And if you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section because I love hearing from you guys. Thanks.